Well, we went through Pokemon, so now we're going to go through something a little less known, a little less loved, but oh boy, if there's not a whole lot to unwrap on this one.
Yeah, how about how about what wanted to be Pokemon's main competitor?
Yeah, yes and no. So this game is very, very confusing and hard to understand, but beautiful when you do.
I have played it for a total of about 5 minutes, like 3 years ago.
And I have played it for a total of far more hours than I should.
So, we're gonna give this one a shot, and I was discussing with Tim, audio balancing in this game is really rough, so I'll probably be doing a lot in post, so hopefully you guys can actually hear these kids gushing about their Tamagotchi pets.
Who knows, maybe if you're feeling really ambitious, you can try to add your own custom subtitles.
Oh boy. Also, this is coming up on a face that I absolutely adore and may very well be the thumbnail.
We'll see who
That
wins
face. Jesus Christ.
You'd be excited too if you had all this to deal with and work with.
Yeah, and then it gets to this portion where the sound effects are just fucking 10 times louder than the kids' audio.
Oh, yes. By the way, that carries over in the actual game.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting balancing this, but whatever. That's what I have post-production for. Fucking explosions.
Oh, yes. Also, important to note,
That's a black Wargreymon.
that is a bluish-purple Wargreymon. Or Metal Greymon, rather.
Yeah.
Which, I believe, predates the anime before they solidified some of the designs.
Interesting.
So that is the quote-unquote official Metal Greymon in this game.
Huh.
And I believe it is also Virus in this.
Interesting.
And not Vaccine. For those who are familiar with the Digimon ways.
Yeah, because in a lot of Digimon games, pretty much all of them, there are virus Pokemon, Virus Digimon.
You're doing it yourself.
Vaccine Digimon, and
Data
Digimon. Huh, it didn't actually keep my name. Yeah, we were testing to see how cutscenes worked and whatnot, so I started up a file called A with a Digimon named B.
Eternal Young.
Just to see what the cutscenes would be. And apparently it didn't keep the naming. Weird. Whatever.
So, as Brenden starts this up, I have the official
Do I have
Prima
a Digivice?
Games official strategy guide on hand because I really liked this game growing up.
What is my name?
Good question.
What is our name, Tim?
I am leaving this one up to you, buddy. So,
Now I'm trying to think of a mishmash between our names. Timden?
your call. So I'm going to do my... I
Brim?
have
I
an
kinda
above
like Brim.
average knowledge base when it comes to the mysteries of this game.
I kind of like Brim.
Sure. So I'm going to help Brenden go through this game semi-blind. I'm going to try and point him in the correct direction so he doesn't just fall flat on his face. But there's definitely ways to make the system work for you. So,
The hardest question, what's our Digimon's name?
your Digimon's name. You're the one who's going to be running this fool to the ground.
But you're helping.
Oh, I'll name the second one. Don't worry. This one's all you, buddy.
Oh, we each get to... They get
You
renamed
will
when they get
constantly
reburned?
rename your Digimon every time.
Oh, cute. I thought it was just one name that stuck through.
Nope.
Oh, that's nice.
Side note, Digimon die.
Yeah. I'm spending way too long on this screen.
So, There's a lot to go over in this game. I won't front load you with all the information.
There's no exclamation mark.
No.
It'll be a 1 then.
That's fine. So we'll just kind of address things as we go.
Yeah. There we go.
And get some more cutscenes going.
Excellent cutscene action.
As you probably guessed, those questions Digimon threw at you, the only thing they impact is who your starting Digimon is.
Yeah, kind of figured. It was also interesting because he seemed to ask slightly different questions than...
There's a small pool he can draw from.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think it's a pool. I think it's actually...
Like, he picks 3 out of 5 questions.
No, I think the first question's the same, and then how you respond to that determines what your second question is.
Huh, fair. I'll be home late tonight. There's pudding in the fridge.
Everyone loves pudding.
Home invader?
A digital beep. My life feels threatened right now.
I can feel it from across the room. Jesus.
He is psychic. He has the ways.
He is telepathically connected to his Digimon that he keeps on the floor because that's how much he cares about it.
Kids will be kids. Some things never change.
To be fair, mine continuously went through the wash when I was his age, so...
Yeah.
I have no idea what Koromon just said there.
That's okay, neither does he.
Fair enough. So, a lot like the Digimon show, at least in the first and second seasons, a lot of the Digimon games deal with whatever equivalent of Digidestin you are, being thrust into the digital world to save it. Mm-hmm. Usually on File Island, or usually tangentially related to File Island.
Speaking of.
Yeah.
Ah, that's who you start with.
I'm a weird looking Digimon.
You are a very strange Digimon.
You arrived, it worked! Get used to that sound effect. I know that much.
Nothing wrong with that.
He's getting up. Where am I? Welcome to the digital world.
You're gonna stay here for a while.
Yeah, that's okay. It's in Digitime, so who knows how long that is in the real world.
Seconds. Nobody will miss you when you're gone.
I'm gonna spend 13 years here, and it's gonna be 5 seconds.
You joke, but that's kind of how they establish it.
Yeah. The Digi what? I thought you knew about Digimon. Oh, I got it. This is... Well, then.
Togemon will eat you. Agree with crazy child with razor teeth.
You're a Togemon. This is a realistic dream. It's not a dream, but it's not real. I am Who are you? I am Digimon. That's nice. That doesn't really answer the question, though.
To be fair, not many people know of this Digimon. Only those who have played the games that involve him.
Yeah. I think he was in the anime for like 2 episodes at some point.
I don't know.
I think so. Look behind you, you'll see what I mean. What? It's an Agumon!
It's bees! You're getting assaulted by bees.
I got sucked into that Digimon keychain. You mean the Digivice. That's what they were sold and called as. Why am I here? Well, come into my house, young child. I'll explain everything. Now that we've kidnapped you into our world.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, the one thing I was really concerned with this game on was load times between screens, but it's not really too bad.
No, it honestly should be fine.
Yeah. We're in File City, center of File Island. Yeah, most of the Digimon games have something to do with File Island.
Yeah, this is no different.
Yeah, a lot of them you're either doing stuff on File Island or you're trying to get to File Island. Yeah.
It is very important.
Yeah. And because, it's Digimon, everything's named after computers.
Correct. It is all data in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. So, Digimon started to lose heart and moved out of File City.
Yeah, they kind of went feral.
Yeah, they just became wild Digimon. Some of them still talk, but they all forgot that they lived here. Well, it's dangerous to do nothing. We're going to have no one here to pay the tax. Well, we abducted you because you're good at raising Digimon, right?
Surely.
I even told you at the very beginning I don't have a Digidex. Or a Digivice, whatever. Well, don't you realize you're already speaking Digimon? I bet that's Japanese in the Japanese version.
Sure is.
Well, to us, your English sounds like Digimon. Well, maybe Digimon is actually just English.
Yeah, we don't delve too deep into this other than it works this way, accept it, it's fine.
Yeah, you'll probably also notice, not yet, but might notice that I'm also doing these in a little bit of a different format, just because these are going to be long games. This is going to take a while. It's going to be a nice, chill, probably fairly long playthrough. Instead of, breaking it up into episodes, I'm just going to do that in post. So it might be a little interesting, but it should be fine.
God, this music takes me way back every time.
Find the cause of the danger, get the Digimon to come back. Let's go, bees! Wait, I haven't finished yet.
Alright, and right away we have some important things to note for you, Brenden. First off, if you want to pause real quick, because time does move.
Yeah.
And is very important. So back in the house, there is the red little baby Digimon, who's, I think, sitting on a chair.
Okay.
Very important. Game does not fully explain to you that he matters.
Okay.
Actually, first things first, go in that house again, because I believe one of these Digimon will give you a ton of starter supplies.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Red guy in chair, if you talk to him, he gives you the option to...
Oh, wow, that went fast.
Yeah. Don't rest. Basically, it recovers your health and MP, but most importantly, it reduces your tiredness.
Okay.
Your stress.
Yeah.
Which the game does not tell you what your stress is.
When he's go potty, make sure he does it in the toilet. Otherwise he'll turn into poop. Digimon get sleepy, and they need sleep. But you have to make him sleep. Don't try to keep him up for too long. He may get tired, sick, or just upset. He's delicate.
Yeah, no kidding.
Since Digimon are wild, you should praise or scold them. Whatever you do, pay attention to what your Digimon is doing.
Which, those bottom right bars are important. Those bottom right bars are your happiness at the top and your discipline at the bottom.
Okay. Interesting.
That's a way you can manually save.
Alright.
Which is one of only 2 ways to save in this game.
So, that bar at the bottom, is it the blue that I want to be maxed out, or the pink I want to be maxed out? Great
question. Moving on. Go to the top right. Here we have our farm. This is very important as this is how we'll feed our partner.
Would you like some meat? This is a meat farm. Grow meat for everyone. Yeah, what's wrong with growing meat? Please continue. So, I get 3 pieces of meat a day. Alright. I got meat.
Nothing up there. There's a waterfall blocking your way to a strange door. I wonder what goes there.
Okay.
Nothing up there. Pathways will try to be somewhat obvious. There's nothing for you to the south, and to the west, yeah.
Native forest surrounds the city. Digimon there not very strong. There's a training camp on the west side, where I should go often. There's also a mountain, but it's a dead end. Ocean to the south. High mountain to the north. Okay, so we're in the center.
So there's basically nothing going on. And yes, you now have... So that tells you everything about your Digimon, tells you what types it is. So this is... Agumon is fire and fighting.
Okay.
More or less. If you go to the tech tree there and change techniques, that is the grid showing you all the techniques in the game.
Interesting. So he can learn 2 battle techniques and 5 different fire techniques.
Correct. If you learn a tech, you pretty much have it for the rest of your Digimon generations, with some exceptions that we should hopefully never run into.
Okay.
It is possible to forget them if you are a terrible trainer and let your Digimon die horrifically. That's about the only way you can lose a skill.
Alright, fair enough.
And the only way to learn them is to fight a Digimon in the wild that has those skills and see it performed on you, in which case you'll have a small chance of learning it.
And so using his regular attacks use MP.
Correct.
And if I can get him to use his final, I should always have him use his final, because it doesn't use MP.
Correct.
Cool. And Spitfire is a long range. Cool.
Yep.
Good to know.
Has no special anything about it. So, like, no status ailments or anything.
Wait, 15. He's hungry. I was actually trying to figure out how to feed him, but...
It's in the items.
Okay.
You just have to select a food, and it has the option to feed.
Okay.
So, and under type, well, like we were saying earlier, there's vaccine, data, and virus. That shows us an image of vaccine.
Okay.
Just take us for our word on it.
So I'm assuming that fighting dudes are better at, like, offensive things than, like, brain things.
Literally only referencing the types of moves it can learn.
Ah, fair enough.
As far as I know, there is no other real... It doesn't matter. It just tells you what kind of moves they learn.
Okay.
In terms of what they're best at, parameter-wise, it is largely case by case.
Okay. Yeah, because right now I'm thinking I might try for getting this guy to be speedy and offense.
Speed and offense, you say?
Because I like being fast, and he's already pretty good at offense. Tim has the strategy guide for this, and is going to... I'm mostly going to be going into this first run pretty blind, or at least mostly blind without horribly fucking everything up.
That's my job.
To make sure I don't horribly fuck everything up.
Okay, so that's fine. Go ahead and focus on those stats. I recommend diversifying a little bit with MP and HP, of course.
Right.
Namely MP. For what you're looking for, I recommend at least getting your speed to 100. Past that, do whatever.
Okay. Get speed to 100. Past that, bust up HP and MP naturally, because you should always do that. And otherwise, just kind of do whatever.
Correct.
Okay, fair enough.
If that's the route you're looking to go, that's my recommendation.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah, because every Digimon has various branching paths of Digivolutions they can take that are all pretty much entirely determined by their parameters, with some exception.
No, if you want to start moving about and feeding, I can go over that here in a second, because there's some very important factors that go into it. And I'm trying to see... So I want to get it precise for you.
Now, if I go back to Digimon now that I feed him, I see that there's also that bottom stat in his thing.
Virus. That I believe, is care mistake.
Okay.
Some Digimon, a lot of Digimon, and by a lot I mean all of them, care about their care mistakes. Some want little to none, some want a ton.
Fair enough. What training? You can boost your Digimon's abilities. It makes you tired, but you'll get more out of it than actual battle. You can also master new techniques, though it's very rare to do so.
And by very rare, I mean it'll almost never happen.
How do I train? There are 6 training stations that have signs nearby. Press X in front of the sign. If you read the signs, it'll tell you about which abilities you can boost. And depending on your Digimon's specialty, some abilities are boosted more than others. You don't know for sure until you try them. Well, that kind of tells me that maybe I should try just all of them, see which ones you boost the highest in, and then start min-maxing.
You could. That is one way to go about it, if you want to. Also, going back to Digivolution, there's an order of operations. So the factors actually are not all equal. In order of priority from first to last, the number of care mistakes is what it looks at first.
Okay.
Then it goes to Digimon weight. Yes, that is going to really suck, and it's going to be difficult to manage, but it is something you'll have to do. After that is required stats, and then last but not least, bonus conditions.
Okay.
A lot of Digimon, especially the Ultimates, have bonus conditions that slightly raises the chance of meeting the conditions for them. You don't have to always meet things 100%.
Oh, bonus try is just a gamble.
Bonus try is...
You either do really well or you do not well.
Yes. Bonus try is a bit more involved. In my experience, normal typically gives better results on average in the long term.
Fair enough.
So, important thing to note about training. You'd probably just you can just skip this, by the way.
Okay.
You'd probably naturally think that you just want to spend all your time training until some basic necessity comes up from your Digimon, like, I need to poop.
Yeah.
Don't.
Okay.
My recommendation to try and minimize stress as much as possible is, I'm trying to remember because it's been a while, it's either train twice and then rest or train 3 times and rest. I want to say it's 3 times then rest.
Okay. And then that increases speed and HP a small amount.
Everything has a main static boost in the training gym and then a substat. The substat is pretty negligible, as you probably noticed.
Yeah. Is there any way to tell... his weight went up because I fed him.
Correct.
Is there any way to tell, outside of them telling you things, that they are tired? Or...
That's cute. No. So my recommendation for training, especially early on for you, is 3 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off. In that order, to try and minimize stress.
Fair enough. Boost defense and brain. Sure, why not? Let's see how he does on that one. Just get him punched in the face. Okay, so that's pretty similar to defense and speed. And he looks tired.
No,
he also needs to poop. Where do I go?
Down right. To the right. By the way, fun fact. The second you leave File City, you are forced in a mandatory battle.
Ah, fantastic. Aha!
Hell yeah, realistic poop sounds.
Alright,
it only gets worse as they get bigger.
Alright, fair enough. And then we go back to Digimon's house to have him rest.
Yep. And this is going to be a bit experimental. I can't promise this is the best way to do it, but I think this is a good starting point to kind of base future training off of.
Okay, fair enough.
Because The next few times when you try to do this, pay attention to the clock as it moves when you're resting. Because I don't believe it moves too much.
Okay.
Also, your Digimon's still hungry.
Oh.
Usually it'll give a little happy sound when it's done eating, so...
Feed him again?
Maybe not. Maybe it just was a delayed happiness.
Well, let's go train him again.
Yes.
Let's see what the other training options are. What is tree striking? I'm guessing this is offense.
Correct.
Offense and speed. Alright, cool. Sure, let's give that a shot.
Rawr.
Rarg. Adorable.
Indeed.
Okay, so everything so far is pretty much doing similar sort of boosts.
Yeah. And then...
I tried that one, and then this one's going to be more like mind stuff, probably.
That is MP. Because...
MP and defense.
Training under a waterfall is naturally how you raise one's MP.
Ah, yes. Fire type, go stand under the waterfall. When should I praise him?
It's not super relevant.
Fair.
The main thing you want to do is...
I thought there were 6 training things. I've only seen 5.
There's one in the top left.
Oh.
You are a teacher.
Boost brains max MP. Sure, I'll give this one more and then I should probably go have him rest again.
Because that'll be your third one.
Yeah.
For now, 3 and 3 is probably fine, but for the future, like I said, I would do the 3 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off strat. And I think you'll get the best results from that.
Fair enough. He needs to eat again.
Yes.
And our dude is sleepy up there, which I'm assuming means that my dude is sleepy. He wants more food. Dude can eat.
Yes. Dinosaur gets very hungry.
That's going to be an issue. Considering we only have 3 things of food every day.
And your little buddy wants to go to sleep now. Don't go down. So, hold on. In order to go to sleep, all you do is open up the menu.
Oh, I don't need to go back to the... Oh, okay.
It is entirely menu-based. And bottom right is the sleep option.
Oh.
Which you can only select when your Digimon's tired.
Okay. We're gonna go sleep outside. Like heathens. Or Digimon.
So, this is the second and only other way to save in the game.
Okay.
This is very important, as there are certain things you, and I'll be honest, will want to save scum through. So you have to find a way to time it to
He
where...
still seems tired.
Nah, he just woke up, it's fine.
Okay.
You want to find a way to, I think that counts as reducing stress as well, to time it to where you can fall asleep outside of wherever you want to save scum, and just make it happen.
Oh, it's day 2. I can get more meat.
You can get more meat.
I'm probably gonna need that.
Yes. The only other way to get food right now is to go into the forest and scavenge mushrooms.